The definition of a weed is a plant that's growing somewhere it shouldn't be. But weeds have another side to them and can prove incredibly useful, including turning all kinds of weeds into a free organic fertilizer to use on any plant, anywhere. So let's start by looking at the very simplest ways of using plant material. And of course, weeds in the garden. Just gather up your weeds by some tool or by hand. Try to remove the whole weed plant with roots, snip them up into smaller pieces, then just let them fall back onto the ground. By cutting them up into slightly smaller bits, we're just going to help them break down and get incorporated back into the soil that much faster. Now a few ground rules for chopping and dropping. Do this on a dry day so the weeds don't immediately root back into the soil. Avoid cutting any weeds with ripe seeds because you don't want new weeds popping up everywhere. And avoid incorporating the roots of any creeping or perennial weeds. Separate the roots from plants and dry place them in direct sunlight. In just a few weeks, the roots will die, and now you can put them in different ways that we will talk later in this video. Second method to use them is to add weeds to the compost heap or bin, and it's where many of my larger weeds end up. Fresh green weeds are a valuable source of nitrogen, making them really useful greens to balance out browns. Again, make sure you're adding weeds that haven't got seeds in them, and don't add the roots of perennial weeds unless your compost gets really hot enough to kill them off. The third method of using weeds is the most effective method in my opinion. In this method, we will make weed tea. To make weed tea, gather a variety of fresh weeds and chop them into smaller pieces. Stuff the chopped weeds into a bucket, pressing them down firmly. Add enough rainwater to cover the weeds completely, and optionally, mix in a handful of mature leaf mold or compost to introduce beneficial bacteria. Cover the bucket loosely with a lid to allow gases to escape, and let the mixture steep for 1 to 2 weeks, stirring occasionally. Once the tea is ready, dilute it at a ratio of 1 part weed tea to 10 parts water before using it to fertilize your plants. Apply the dilute solution directly to the base of your plants, ensuring it reaches the soil where it can be absorbed by the roots. You can use it to water your plants as you normally would. Repeat this process every 10 to 15 days during the growing season to provide a steady supply of nutrients and promote healthy plant growth. Now, if you've got any ideas for using up weeds in the garden, do share them in the comments below. Don't forget to check out the video links in the description for more recipe and detailed instructions on making your own sprays and nutrient-rich fertilizers. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos for more gardening tips and tricks.